What is going on, sexy people, beautiful friends? I'm glad you clicked on this video because this is my all-time favorite sweets recipe I've ever come up with. You made the right choice by clicking on this video. It's actually a pretty simple recipe. All you're going to need is these ingredients. 1.5 cups of oats, 4 tablespoons of tahini, 6 tablespoons of cocoa or cacao powder, 6 to 8 servings of stevia. It's my favorite sweetener, but you can sweeten it with more or less or whatever you want to sweeten it with. 1 cup of measurable dates. That adds a lot of sweetness as well. 1.5 scoops of VivoLife protein. I'm using the chocolate flavor. As always, you can use my link and my discount code. It's in the description. It really helps me out. 1.5 cups of your favorite nut milk. I'm using Ripple, which is a pea protein based milk, but almond milk, cashew milk, whatever milk. And finally, just a dash of cinnamon. So this recipe is super easy. Here's how we do it. First, you're gonna take your oats, you're gonna put it into a food processor. If you don't have a food processor, you can put it into a blender. It's totally fine, but we're gonna blend that up first because we want to get those oats really fine and basically make an oat flour with it. Once we have that completely blended up, then we're just going to add all the other ingredients, and all we're going to do is just blend it on high for a minute, 2 minutes, until you get it nice and smooth. The consistency is really well blended and mixed together. And a little tip with this, if you do need to add a little bit more milk because it's maybe a little bit too dry, just add a tablespoon or 2 more of the milk and it'll help kind of thin it up. So now we're going to take a glass baking pan. I like to really spray it liberally with some olive oil. That way it does not stick. And you can use any size pan. I just have this kind of medium sized one. But if you have a bigger, a wider pan, you're just gonna have thinner brownies and that's totally fine. Once we've spread this evenly into the pan, then we're gonna put it in the oven at 425 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes. Again, if you have a thinner amount of brownie because you have a wider pan, then maybe a little bit less. Okay, so while that is cooking in the oven, we're gonna make a sweet little drizzle sauce that we can put on top of it. And this is a super simple recipe as well. We're gonna use 1 tablespoon of each of these things. 1 tablespoon of tahini, 1 tablespoon of protein powder. I'm using a chocolate flavored one, but a vanilla one would be really good as well. And 1 tablespoon of maple syrup. Now we're just gonna mix it together with a spoon until we have a nice consistency. And again, if you need to make it a little thinner because it's too thick, you can either add a little bit of water or a little bit more maple syrup. Now, once it comes out of the oven, just let it cool for about 5 or 10 minutes. And then from there, you can cut it into however many pieces that you want. But I have cut this into 6 pieces because that's kind of how big my pan was. The whole batch of brownies comes out to 1,500 calories, 90 grams carbs, 50 grams fat, and 75 grams protein. Now, the way that I cut it up into 6 pieces, it makes each piece 250 calories, 15 grams of carbs, 8 grams of fats, and 12.5 grams of protein. And it's that simple. Once you make these, you're gonna try them and you're gonna want to make them all the time. They are so good. Okay, so let's go taste these out together. I think we're gonna really like these. Okay. Yo, how good do we look, by the way?
We look so good.
Sammy gets us a new pair of onesies every year for Christmas.
Yep.
This is last year's.
Matching onesies.
Matching reindeers. If you don't know, Christmas is my all-time favorite holiday ever. I think, well, for you it's Halloween or Christmas.
Yeah, it's like a tie. I think it's Halloween, but I love Christmas too.
What about you guys? Christmas is where it's at for me.
Yeah.
I love it. Everyone's happy. I'm always happy. People are always like,
why are you so happy?
I can't really explain it. There's a lot of reasons, but it's the one time of the year where I feel like everyone's on the same page as me.
Yeah.
And it makes me so excited to get cozy, get your family around, get your friends around. A lot of people are cooking more than they usually do. You get all these delicious sweets and treats and all this good stuff. So I really wanted to share with you guys these brownies because I thought they'd be perfect for Christmas, which is coming up. You gotta try these. All right.
Oh, they're so good, you guys. So good.
Let's go to taste test.
Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm. Cheers, my friends.
Cheers. Cheers. Mmm.
The drizzle's so good on there.
I ate the whole jar of drizzle to myself.
She was literally spooning it out of the bowl.
It's so good.
I've had these a bunch of times, so it's not a first time I've tried them. The reason I like this so much is because you saw how thick these brownies are. They're so thick that they kind of coat your mouth in a good way. And that's why, for me, the milk is the best part because I like having little chewy pieces all around. And then
it's so good.
you take the milk to just like creamify it and wash it all down. This is my all-time favorite dessert that I make, and cheesecake is just under it, which is crazy because cheesecake is my favorite. And then this just barely has topped it. It's so good. Now, I know, because I've done videos like this before, that somebody's gonna come in here and be like, that's not high protein, bro. Because people think that I'm gonna give you 50 grams of protein per brownie. The idea here is that if you do like sweets and you do want a treat, here's a healthy version of a treat. This isn't gonna replace your whole dinner and all the protein you need for a single day. Okay, I really hope you guys try this recipe out because like I said, it's one of my favorites. And if you do try it out, I want you to come back to the comment section and let me know, did you like it as much as I like it, or am I just hyping myself up? And with that, my beautiful friends, we are gonna go eat the rest of these brownies, make some more food. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big old thumbs up. Let me know what you thought in the comments below, and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. I love you guys, and I'll see you next Saturday for the next episode. Peace out.